but I can't use it now. I wanted her, too, and had her, but she's no good to me now."
"I'm not following this so good, Timmy." He told me the story then. He had been in business with his brother, George Warden. George was older by 6 years. George took him in as a partner. George had a flair for salesmanship and promotion. Timmy was good on the books, as he had a natural knack for figure work. They had a building supply business, a retail hardware outlet, a lumber yard, and several concrete trucks. And George had a lush, petulant, immoral, discontented young wife named Eloise. I didn't make any play for her, Tal. It just seemed to happen. She was my brother's wife, and I knew it was bad, but I couldn't stop. We had to sneak around behind his back. Hillston isn't a very big city. We had to be very careful. I guess I knew all the time what she was. But George thought she was the best thing that ever walked. She was the one who talked me into running away with her, Tal. She was the one who said we'd have to have money. So I started to steal. He told me how he did it. A lot of the gimmicks didn't make much sense to me. He did all the ordering, handled the bank accounts and deposits. It was a big and profitable operation. He took a little bit here, a little bit there, always in cash. All the time he was doing it, he was carrying on the affair with Eloise. He said it took nearly 2 years to squirrel away almost $60,000. The auditors didn't catch it. I couldn't open a bank account with the money, and I knew better than to put it in a safety deposit box. I put the money in those old-fashioned jars, the kind with the red rubber washer and the wire that clamps the top on. I'd fill them and bury them. George kept worrying about why we weren't making more money. I kept lying to him. Eloise was getting more restless all the time and more careless. I was afraid George would find out, and I didn't know what he'd do. She had me sort of hypnotized. We finally set the date when we were going to run away. Everything was planned. And then they called me up. I was reserved. There wasn't a damn thing I could do about it. I told Eloise that when I got out, we'd go through with it the way we planned. But now I'm stuck here. And now I don't want to go through with it. I want to get back there and give the money back to George and tell him the whole thing. I've had too much chance to think it over. How do you know she hasn't taken the money and left?
I didn't tell her where I put it. It's still there. Nobody can find it.
His story gave me a lot to think about. Timmy Warden sank lower and lower. By that time, those of us who were left alive had become expert on how long the dying would last. And I knew that Timmy was one of the dying. I knew he'd never leave there alive. I tried to find out where the money was buried, but I'd waited a little too long. He was out of his head. I listened to him rave. I listened to every word he said. But in his raving, he never gave away the hiding place. It was in a moment of relative lucidity that he told me. It was afternoon, and he caught my wrist with his wasted hand.
"I'm not going to make it, Tal."
"You'll make it."
"No. You go back there and straighten it out. You can do that. Tell George. Give him the money. Tell him everything."
"Sure. Where is the money?"
"Tell him everything."
"Where's the money hidden?"
"Cindy would know,"
he said, suddenly breathless with weak, crazy laughter. "Cindy would know." And that's all I could get out of him. I was still strong enough then to use a shovel. I helped dig the hole for Timmy Warden that night. Back in the stateside hospital, I thought about that $60,000. I could see those fruit jars with the tight rolls of bills inside the glass. I would dig them out and rub the dirt off and see the green gleam of the money. It helped pass the time in the hospital. Finally, they let me out. The thought of the money was no longer on the surface of my mind. It was hidden down underneath. I would think about it, but not very often. I went back to my job. It seemed pretty tasteless to me. I felt restless and out of place. I'd used up a lot of emotional energy in order to stay alive.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.